Most people think America's longest war was in Vietnam. What if I told you it was actually fought on U.S. soil? Seminole Wars lasted 41 years, making them the longest and most brutal conflict between the U.S. and Native Americans. And yet, few people even know they happened. It all started in 1817 when the U.S. government wanted to remove the Seminoles from Florida. The Seminoles had other plans. They were a mix of Native Americans and escaped enslaved people who had built a life in the Florida swamps. Instead of surrendering, they did the unthinkable. They fought back. By warriors like Osceola, the Seminoles waged a guerrilla war deep in the Everglades. They didn't fight in open fields like European armies. Their weapons were the swamps, the rivers, and the thick forests. They launched surprise attacks, ambushed U.S. soldiers, and then disappeared into the wilderness. Even the U.S. Army, with all its power, struggled to hunt them down. The U.S. spent over $40 million, which would be billions today, trying to defeat them. They sent thousands of soldiers, but the Seminoles kept resisting. Even Andrew Jackson, one of America's most ruthless generals, failed to crush them completely. The U.S. resorted to trickery, capturing Osceola under a false flag of truce. But even after he died in prison, the Seminoles still didn't surrender. By 1858, the war finally ended. But not because the Seminoles gave up. The U.S. just gave up trying to defeat them. Instead of signing a peace treaty, the few remaining Seminoles simply vanished into the swamps where their descendants still live today. They are the only Native American tribe that never surrendered to the U.S. government. So why is this story barely mentioned in history books? Maybe because it proves that sometimes even the most powerful armies can't conquer the human spirit.